Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us here on What's Brewing with Jim and Gigi on this fine Tuesday morning. Hope you're all having a great morning. I was off yesterday, so hope you all had a nice holiday weekend. I spent it in Chicago, in the very snowy Chicago.
You know what? We need to get, maybe tomorrow we can get a picture or two of the snow that you saw.
Oh, you know what? I'll do that later at the 8 o'clock. 8
Okay.
o'clock hit. I'll put up a picture of
Because we're not talking
snow.
North Carolina snow. This was a full half a foot plus.
Yeah.
That you got, and I say that she got to enjoy because I always want the snow.
Yeah.
You know, or at
I know,
least
I
a
know.
couple of times every winter. So yeah, snow in Chicago, but rain here. And
Right.
we've got a lot of rain this morning. This is one of the wettest days I've seen here in Eastern NC in many, many weeks. And we need this rain. Don't get mad at it. Don't get angry as you're out driving or dealing with it. This is rain we desperately need. This is a good thing. Without severe weather, without a flood risk. I'll talk about all that. Got another rain chance coming the end of the week. I'm going to get you into those details. And cold, cold, cold. That's another big story as well.
Yeah.
Below normal temps for the next 8 days. We had 70s in here on Sunday. I don't see temperatures getting back to 60 for at least the next 7-8 days for most of us. Exception
Okay.
on the beaches today, but more on that in just a little bit.
Okay, great. Well, talking about the cold,
Yeah.
we do have some safety reminders in terms of heating your home. Our Chris Cook was out in Greenville, Pitt County area yesterday, speaking to some people just about those important reminders, what to do once you turn on your heat, because I know here in Eastern North Carolina, this is the first time I've ever really had to go from AC to heat, because some days it's really warm and then some days it's really cold.
We do that
So,
here.
Yeah,
Yep,
a lot of back
you're
and
absolutely
forth.
right. Yep.
So it's a good reminder. So let's take a look at what what advice they'd like to give.
If you have an HVAC system like this at your house, experts say it's important for you to know how to use it this winter. They say to make sure to clean your vents and change your filters, keep up with routine maintenance, and get a carbon monoxide detector if you have gas heat. Advanced Mechanical Heating and Air owner Mark Porter says it could save your life.
Well, carbon monoxide, if you have gas, that could go into your house and potentially be fatal. So I highly recommend checking those, making sure they work.
Pitt County Fire Marshal Jay Morris says it's common for people to smell something strange with their heat in the middle of the night. He says it could be your heater burning lint or electrical wires burning. He told me if that happens, you should turn your heat off to hopefully stop it. However, you can always call emergency services to make sure there's no major issues.
If there's any question or you have somebody elderly or kids, it's best to go ahead and activate 911 and get them out of the house and let us come and see if we can figure out what's going on.
Porter said changing your air filter is the easiest way to avoid a problem.
The biggest cause that we can prevent is airflow. So majority of all of our issues come from lack of airflow. So having your filters changed, having your return clear of furniture and whatnot.
Another common way people heat their home is with space heaters. Morris wants people at home to know these can be dangerous.
Make sure they're functioning properly, plug them directly into a receptacle, make sure the tip over feature is functioning correctly. Don't use them around kids or pets. Don't leave them on when you're not home.
All right, so lots of safety reminders to, keep in mind this season as, the temperatures start taking a dip because, they have already. We've seen some pretty cold temperatures here, and we're seeing some below normal temperatures this week.
Absolutely. We've had January-type temperatures several days already. We've got several more coming. So, yeah, this is kind of the reality here. This early taste of winter is locked in. The only thing we're missing is the wintry weather. Just
Right.
can't seem to get them to time up together, which makes most people like you happy. Some of us still hoping we can time that out, but I don't see it soon. As soon as I see anything that looks like another snow chance, because we already had one, remember, back in early November, I'll let you guys know. Let's talk rain, Gigi. Give a look out there. Soggy, soggy, soggy. I just checked the rain gauge here at the studio. We're already a half an inch. So we'll have no problem, I think, getting over an inch of rain by the time this wraps up this afternoon, maybe 1.5 inches. And 1.5 inches looks like the magic number right now, maybe an average by the time it's all done. So the headlines, soggy, 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 rainy, chilly, breezy, 54 on average, 40s well inland, 60s on the coast. A lot of variability in the highs depending on where you live. Jackets inland, something waterproof. but not nearly as heavy on the coast. 65, 66 near the beaches today. All right, watch that rain move in last night. That was 1 a.m. By the time we hit 3, 4 o'clock, the rain had arrived, and then it just laid over us as the sun came up. And that's the latest image. A lot of yellows, some oranges on there, moderate to a few heavier downpours. Thunderstorms, nope. We do not expect any severe weather. Thunderstorms, period, are unlikely. A rumble of thunder on the coast here or there, perhaps, but I don't see much more than that. When you've got temps in the 50s, it's not a lot of instability, not a lot of heat energy to fuel thunderstorms. You can get a rumble here or there near the coast, but this is not a severe weather event, not by a long shot. Plenty of rain, though, from the beaches right now back to I-95. And again, you can see, I would say, right over the studio in Greenville, some moderate rain right now, some of that in the New Bern, back down to Havelock, Stella in Carteret County, moving into Emerald Isle as well. And again, you'll drop a half an inch out of that in about an hour, and then lighter rain behind it. I see another kind of surge of rain coming in 11 a.m. noon to 1 o'clock. I'll show you that in the model data. So I held the rain chance at 100% generally through about noon, 1 o'clock, and then quickly exiting rain. See how rapidly that rain chance goes down? Usually it tapers its way over several hours. This is a rapid transition to drier air later today, which means by the time we get out of work, we should be in a pretty good place. Rain's done, roads drying out. And watch the model data. So here we are at 7, here we are now, and that matches up pretty good with the radar. You get to 10, 11 o'clock, that first swath of heavier showers heads to the coast. There's a little bit of a lull there, 9:30, 10:30, 11 a.m., and then another good swath of rain tries to get in here lunchtime, early afternoon, and then everything kicking out. We hit 3 p.m., kids are getting out of school. Most of the bus stops going to be dry, I think, or at least no rain falling. Ground drying out by 5 p.m. And we may have a little sunshine out there just before sunset for an hour or so, at least inland areas. Overnight tonight, quiet, chilly night. We'll dip those lows back towards the mid-30s tomorrow morning. Alrighty, so the rain potential in the inland areas, those lower totals from Greenville westward, there's already been a half an inch back there. So we're already near an inch, or we will be, inland areas by the time we add another quarter of an inch to that. And then you guys on the coast, the heavier rain's moving in, an inch plus, inch and a half. I still think a good inch and a half maybe on average, most areas before we wind this down. Don't worry about flooding. There's going to be standing water on the roads. Hydroplaning will definitely be an issue. I mentioned that. When I say that, that's primarily if you drive an older car, more so a car with bald tires. That's the big thing. If you don't have those treads on your tires to cut that water, that tire will lift up on that water and skate like it's a layer of ice. You lose complete control. If your tires are suspect or getting bald, slow down, be careful, especially if you're driving over standing water. It's very risky hydroplaning when it's raining like this. All right, let's get into the details on the forecast. Air temps generally in the 40s inland. I would say mid-40s along the Highway 17 corridor. See Plymouth, Edenton, mid-50s, Oriental near 60, New Bern at 50. That warmer air trying to push inland. It'll have some success. I don't think you're going to get it back into Williamston or Windsor. Kinston has struggled to get towards the mid-50s later today, and then 40s kind of hanging in inland. There's that warmer breeze trying to move into the coast in the next few hours. So these numbers reflect what I just mentioned. Mid-60s beaches, upper 40s from Hertford County, Bertie County, back towards Hamilton and Hassel. I would say Edgecombe County, you're going to be stuck in the 40s probably through the day today. You can see that wind. 15 to 20, the wind's not helping either. Between the rain, the chilly numbers, and the wind, not a fun day outside. All right, tomorrow morning near freezing. Roads will be dry by then. And then highs tomorrow afternoon, struggling to get back to 50 tomorrow. Upper 40s to near 50 for that afternoon high. We'll have full sunshine tomorrow. All right, widen the map out. Where you see the pink on that map, that's a mixed bag up there towards D.C. into West Virginia. Even our mountains, some freezing rain into Boone, the higher peaks, maybe a quarter of an inch of ice accumulation back there. Again, it's all rain here, but a wintry mess west and north of us. More so, Philly, West Virginia, 2, 3, 4 inches of snow. Those are winter weather advisories. You can see my little snowman there. West Virginia into Pennsylvania. Enough snow to do snowmen back to the north and west. DC looks pretty good. If you're driving I-95 north, you should be fine all the way to DC. North of that, a little wintry mix. But generally, changing to rain, I think, from DC to New York. So you should be okay unless you're headed further inland. You can see the wintry weather to the rain line there on my big map. All right, so the low kind of builds off the coast later today. It really strengthens as it moves away. That's why we don't have wind advisories or wind warnings. Usually a coastal low like this, there's more wind. That wind will build north of us as the storm's leaving. So we're spared that aspect. Sunshine tomorrow, that low is gone. Quiet day, sunny skies, winds near 10 into the afternoon. I kept the cold plastered on there with the highs in the 40s tomorrow afternoon. Look at all that precip building back to the west. How much of it will we get is still a bit of a question, but let's watch. There's Thursday, quiet, chilly start into the afternoon. A few clouds, but those are generally high clouds Thursday afternoon, evening. No rain Thursday. Friday morning, moisture starts moving in. You can see that rain, snow, or mix line back towards maybe Chapel Hill, west side of Raleigh, into Greensboro. Maybe a little wintry weather Friday morning if the moisture arrives early enough. Still looks like rain here, even if it does get here at 7, 8 a.m. I-95, maybe a brief hour or two of a little mix. And then into the afternoon, cold, light rain Friday. Not as heavy as the rain we're getting today, but nonetheless, another half an inch, I think. And then Saturday, will it rain or won't it? This model shows rain on the Crystal Coast primarily. Some of the other data says no rain at all. I've got one model that's wetter than this altogether. So we're not ready to really jump all in on how much rain we're going to see Saturday yet. I'm going to go 70% Friday, albeit lighter rain, but rain likely. And then Saturday, Sunday, rain chance, 40 to 30%. 47 Friday, that's it. And then we'll try to sneak to 50 over the weekend. It's a chilly weekend with a lot of clouds and a few showers potentially. Overnight lows around freezing every night, give or take 3 or 4 degrees either side. And the highs, after the 70s we had on Sunday, I can't find 60 degrees right now the next 8 days, folks. Cold afternoons, 40s to 50s every single afternoon. Heater's working hard. And again, hopefully those weekend rain chances, Gigi, we can trend down a little bit.
Yeah.
And that may very well happen. But I certainly can't sit here and tell you we're going to be dry this weekend right now. Rain just south of us. The question is, where does that rain to dry line kind of set up Saturday into Sunday?
Okay, got it. Well, thank you for the update,
Yep,
Jim.
yep.
And thank you all for joining us this morning. Just want to say hello to Bernice and George over on Facebook. Thanks for joining us, sticking with us. Hope you stay dry as well, George. We're going to be back again at 8 a.m. for another news and weather update, so hope you can join us then. Have a great one.
This hour of the WITN First Alert Desk is sponsored by Toyota of Goldsboro.